Hey everyone, welcome to Koala and a Cup. Behind every name in history lies an incredible story. Today, let me share one with you. Ancient India was a golden land where great minds created timeless treasures of art and wisdom. Around the 5th century CE, during India's glorious Gupta period, there lived a poet whose words could paint pictures so vivid that they came alive in people's hearts. This is the story of Kalidas, the Shakespeare of ancient India, and his incredible transformation. Long ago, in a small village, lived a young man named Kalidas. But this was not the brilliant poet we know today. The villagers would shake their heads and say, "Poor Kalidas, he's as dull as a blunt knife." He couldn't read or write. When people spoke about clever things, he would just stare blankly. Kalidas worked as a cowherd, spending his days in the fields with his cattle. He was kind-hearted and hard-working, but when it came to learning or wit, he seemed completely hopeless. The village children would sometimes play tricks on him, asking difficult questions just to watch him scratch his head in confusion. In the magnificent kingdom of Ujjain lived Princess Vidyotama. She was not only beautiful but incredibly intelligent. So smart, in fact, that she had defeated every scholar who came seeking her hand in marriage. The princess had set a condition. She would only marry a man who could outwit her in a battle of knowledge. One by one, learned men from across the land tried their luck, and one by one, they left feeling defeated and embarrassed. Some of these proud scholars, in their bitterness, hatched a plan for revenge. If the princess wants to feel so superior, let's bring her the most foolish man we can find. When she realizes she's married to an idiot, that will teach her a lesson. They searched until they found Kalidas sitting on a tree branch, trying to cut the very branch he was sitting on. Perfect. They dressed him in fine clothes, taught him a few hand gestures, instructed him not to utter a single word while in the court, and presented him to the princess as a great scholar who preferred silent communication. When the scholars presented Kalidas to Princess Vidyotama, they bowed respectfully and said, "Your Highness, this great sage has taken a sacred vow of silence for 1 week. He wishes to communicate only through meaningful hand gestures, and we shall humbly translate his profound wisdom for you." The princess was intrigued. A scholar so wise that even his silence carried meaning. She eagerly agreed. What followed was the most hilarious misunderstanding in the royal history. The princess gracefully raised one finger towards the sky, meaning there is one supreme god who rules all. Kalidas's eyes went wide with alarm. Was this woman threatening to poke his eye? Without thinking, he quickly shot up two fingers, pointing them right back at her, as if to say, "Well, I'll poke both your eyes." The scholars quickly jumped in. "Ah, Your Highness, the sage says God exists in two ways, with form and without form." How profound! The princess gasped in delight. Such deep philosophy! Encouraged, she opened her palm wide and held it towards him, meaning the entire world lies open before the supreme God like an open palm. Poor Kalidas nearly jumped out of his skin. Now she was definitely going to slap him. He immediately clenched his fist and held it up defensively, as if to say, "If you slap me, I'll punch you." The clever scholars translate it smoothly. The sage teaches that when people unite like fingers forming a fist, they become stronger than when they stand apart like an open palm. First, we must open our hearts to each other, then to the divine. Remarkable wisdom. The princess was absolutely amazed. Never had she met someone whose every gesture carried such profound meaning. Her heart filled with admiration. Convinced she had finally met her intellectual match, Vidyotama agreed to marry him. The morning after their wedding, Princess Vidyotama eagerly waited to have deep conversations with her husband. She imagined discussing philosophy, poetry, and great mysteries of life. But as dawn broke, Kalidas suddenly rushed to the window, pointing excitedly at something outside. A camel carva was passing by the palace gates. Look, look, he shouted with childlike excitement. A big camel! What a huge camel! The princess froze. A learned sage would never mispronounce such a simple word. Her heart sank as the terrible truth hit her like lightning. She realized she had been tricked into marrying this dim-wit man. You foolish man, she cried. I thought I was marrying a great scholar, but you are nothing but an ignorant fool. Leave my side this instant. With tears streaming down his face, he left the palace. He couldn't bear the disrespect and humiliation he had faced. A burning desire ignited in his heart to learn, to attain knowledge, and to become truly worthy of respect. For days, Kalidas wandered from village to village, his heart heavy with shame. Finally, after weeks, he heard people talking about a famous astrologer and palm reader in a distant town. They say he can read anyone's destiny just by looking at their palm, whispered an old woman. He knows everything about a person's past, present, and future. Hope flickered in Kalidas's heart. Perhaps this wise man could help him understand his fate and show him a path to knowledge. When Kalidas reached the astrologer's humble dwelling, he found a learned old man with kind eyes sitting under a banyan tree studying ancient texts. Respected sage, Kalidas said, bowing deeply. I am a simple man who has been humiliated for my ignorance. Please tell me the way to gain knowledge and wisdom. The astrologer looked at him with compassion. My child, sit beside me. Let me read your palm, and I shall tell you what the stars and lines have written for you. Kalidas eagerly extended his hand. The astrologer studied his palm carefully, tracing the various lines with his finger. His expression grew serious. I see your heart is pure and your desire is sincere, the astrologer said slowly. But I must tell you the truth. You do not have the line of knowledge on your palm. Kalidas's heart sank. What does this mean, wise one? It means that knowledge and learning may not come easily to you. The gods have not blessed you with natural intelligence. But Kalidas was not ready to give up. His eyes lit up with desperate hope. Please, respected sage, show me what this line of knowledge looks like. Where should it be? The astrologer, moved by the young man's determination, showed him his own palm. See here, he said, pointing to a clear line running across his palm. This is the line of knowledge. It starts from the edge of your palm between the thumb and forefinger and extends across the middle part of your palm towards the other side. Those born with this line are destined to be scholars and poets. Kalidas stared at the astrologer's palm, memorizing every detail. Thank you, wise one. That evening, Kalidas sat alone by the bank of a flowing river. The astrologer's words echoed in his mind. If the gods did not give me the line of knowledge, then I shall create it myself, he said to himself. He found a sharp stone by the river bank. Taking a deep breath, he looked at his palm one last time, remembering exactly where the astrologer had shown him the line should be. With unwavering resolve, Kalidas carefully cut his palm, creating the line of knowledge with his own hands. Blood flowed, mixing with his tears, but his determination never wavered. From this moment, he declared to the flowing river, I am no longer the ignorant Kalidas. I shall read, I shall learn, I shall become the scholar I was meant to be. And so began the most remarkable transformation. Day and night, Kalidas taught himself to read and write. He studied every manuscript he could find, learned from every scholar who would teach him. and practiced writing poetry under the moonlight. Months turned into years. The simple cowherd disappeared, and in his place emerged a brilliant poet whose words flowed like music and whose knowledge rivaled the greatest scholars of the land. When Kalidas finally returned to Princess Vidyottama's palace, he was completely transformed. He approached the palace gates and sent words to the princess. Tell Her Highness that a poet seeks an audience. When Vidyottama saw him, she gasped. Could this be the same man she had banished? He looked familiar, yet completely different. Kalidas began to recite a poem he had composed about her beauty, using words so beautiful and meaningful that they seemed to make the very air shimmer with magic. Your beauty surpasses the morning sun. Your wisdom flows like the sacred river. In you, earth and heaven become one. My heart trembles like a leaf in the breeze. The princess could hardly believe her ears. Who are you? She asked in wonder. I am Kalidas, he said, the man who refused to accept the limitations others placed upon him. From that day forward, Kalidas created masterpiece after masterpiece. He wrote Shakuntala, a love story so beautiful it would inspire writers around the world for centuries. He penned Meghdut, where he brilliantly made a cloud carry a lover's message. He created Raghuvamsa, an epic poem celebrating noble kings. Kalidas's incredible transformation became a legend that spread far beyond India. The most beautiful lesson of Kalidas's story is this: greatness doesn't depend on where you start in life, but on how much determination you put into growing. Kalidas showed us that with hard work and unwavering resolve, anyone can achieve extraordinary things. If you enjoyed diving into history with me today, show some love with a like and comment your thoughts below. Subscribe to join me on more incredible journeys through time and hit that bell so you never miss a tale. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Until our next story.